Hey y'all, Iric Sky here, and welcome back to another Timepieces for Tomorrow live show. I want to remind everyone I dropped the link if you want to join in on Skype. All that I ask is, let's keep everything clean and appropriate for all age groups, and let's talk about wristwatches. So I dropped the link. If you want to Skype in, you can do audio only. You can do audio plus video. I want to remind everyone, obviously, the Timepieces for Tomorrow hooded sweatshirts are available. You can check the link down below. You can find them there. I've also got T-shirts. I've got some pint glasses coming. Those ought to be available in the store probably, 24 hours, maybe a little bit sooner. So you can get all the merch. Coffee mugs. Coffee mugs are available now. Stickers if you just want to, spend a few bucks. But so we'll go ahead and start out with the wristwatch check, and everybody else as they tune in, we'll do the same. So I've got the Tudor inverted Panda, the Tudor reverse Panda on the wrist. Very comfortable. If you wear a Submariner, this is a piece that'll feel right at home. A lot of people are talking about the case height, and I posted a lot of videos addressing the perceived huge, very tall, very chunky case height of the Tudor Black Bay Chrono, and that's definitely not a case. Again, this is the current reference. They moved the dial closer to the sapphire crystal, so there's not as much. It's not quite as tall as the original Tudor Black Bay Chrono. So they've done a really good job, working on that case height. So this show is for everyone. This show is, my goal is to entertain. My goal is to obviously interact with the wristwatch community. That's why I posted the Skype link. If you're interested in wristwatches, let's talk about it. Everything from someone that's brand new to the hobby to someone that just wants, maybe they just want one timepiece, one and done. That's all they need. That's all they want. But, often what'll happen if that happens, then people get sucked into the addiction of wristwatches, because there's so many subtle differences. As a newbie, you probably don't even notice because you don't know what to look for. And I know I was the same way when I started. I mean, I just knew, okay, well, that's I'm like, okay, that's a dive watch. That's the Omega Seamaster. That's what James Bond wore. And then, of course, the Rolex Submariner, that's what James Bond wore. That was kind of my entry into, becoming interested in wristwatches. I've been buying wristwatches since I was probably, 5 or 6 years old. I mean, nothing that nice, but just, different styles, different brands, and that kind of led to the first real, what I call a real wristwatch acquisition, which was the Omega Seamaster 300M pre-coaxial with the Blue Wave dial. And it's just kind of blown up from there. So, but yeah, we'll talk about and we'll go ahead and jump in. While I'm waiting on people to tune in on the Skype, and again, I dropped the Skype link. Let me drop it one more time here. It's in the live chat for everybody that is looking to join here. Let me fire that up here. Get that link. And we're going to jump over to Chrono 24 while people tune in here. Welcome, everybody. And, again, this is a live show. If you're watching this at approximately 7:50 p.m. New York City time, that's 7:50 p.m. Eastern time in the United States, it's a live show. So, yeah, let's switch over here. Let's go to chrono24.com, and I'm going to answer some of y'all's questions here. So let's see, let me fire that puppy up. I'm going to do auto. Boom. So this is chrono24.com. If you haven't visited chrono24.com, it's a very great place to not only browse but also purchase pre-owned. There's some pre-owned that's like new. There's some that are in used, in pretty banged up condition, just depending upon what you're looking for. But one thing is certain, if you go to chrono24.com, it's a great way to research everything. I mean, everything from an entry-level timepiece. Timepiece Trevor, I'll be joining in about 10 to 15 minutes. Be on soon. Yes, sir. If you don't know Timepiece Trevor, he is a real wristwatch connoisseur. I remember the first show he came on, he was wearing an AP Royal Oak. And then he got the next one he was on with the man on the moon Speedmaster. So something a lot of people ask, they're like, hey man, I want to get involved with the hobby, and what's something that I could get for, and again, things aren't cheap. Everything, not just wristwatches, everything has blown up in price. So it's not just the wristwatch arena, everything is blown up. So we can go, if you were out today and you were going to get involved with, something kind of casual meaning, not a ton of money, something you may want to look at. And this is very entry level, but it's not mainstream entry level. There's I like to say there's two different categories. The mainstream entry level is just kind of your, kind of brands with no heritage or kind of fake heritage. Longines has a very good, they've got a very good history. Now, granted, their reputation recently is not as strong, but you can see here, just looking at Chrono 24, I mean, you can get in at, for wristwatches, you can get in at affordable price points. And there's nothing wrong with the Longines. And I think the Longines, I think they will probably rebound. I think that they've had some marketing issues. They used to be really popular, and they, even though if you watch stuff like the Kentucky Derby, you'll probably see their advertisements everywhere. At least that's been the trend the past few years. But they're very well-made pieces. Again, nothing high-end, but, a great piece. Another entry-level piece, and this is a higher-end brand, and again, high-end is subjective, but, something you might like. I really like the Super Ocean Heritage. Now, they're significantly more expensive than the cost of entry for a lot of the Longines, but, with the Super Ocean Heritage, you're getting in on something, in my opinion, the Super Ocean Heritage, which has an aluminum bezel, or the Super Ocean Heritage 2. Oh, we got somebody in on Skype here. Let's see. We got AV. Is this a very private gentleman? Expensive than the cost of entry for a lot of the Longines, but we've got feedback. In my opinion, the Super Ocean Heritage, which has an aluminum bezel. Oh, a very private gentleman. What it is, you've got the YouTube video playing. You need to mute the YouTube audio. Is this a very private gentleman? Expensive than the cost of entry. There you go. Okay, thank you. Very private gentleman. You're from, he was on our last live stream. Very knowledgeable gentleman. Actually, he's probably wearing the same, we're probably both wearing the same wristwatch this evening, unless he's mixed it up. Ambient Ranger. Hello, Irish guy from Texas. Welcome aboard, Ambient Ranger. And everyone that's watching, a very private gentleman just joined. I've dropped the Skype link if you want to join in, video and or audio. You're welcome to. So we've got, again, we've got very private gentleman right now, just tuned in. What do you have on the wrist tonight, a very private gentleman? I think he's getting his audio going there. I can hear his mouse clicks. And we've got Trevor tuning in. Trevor's gonna be tuning in as well. Ambient Ranger, why don't you join us, man? Join us. I've got the Skype link right here. You can join in, and this is an invitation for everyone. Obviously, let's keep it clean and conversational for all age groups, and let's just let's talk about wristwatches. I mean, that's the whole thing with Timepieces for tomorrow is talking about wristwatches. So, while everybody else joins, and while a very private gentleman gets his video and audio going, we can jump back here to Breitling. Breitling, there's nothing wrong with Breitling. In the recent years, actually, let's say 10, 15 years ago, they were very hot stuff. They were neck and neck with Rolex. And then they had some reputation issues, and it did not destroy the brand. I mean, there's still top quality stuff. But if I was looking at Breitling today at a more entry level price point, I would definitely look at the Super Ocean Heritage, which is aluminum bezel, or the Super Ocean Heritage 2, which has a ceramic bezel. I think both of those are going to be future classics. They're available in several different sizes. I would probably stick with the 42 millimeter. I think that's the sweet spot. Also, there's some newer reference Breitlings that are absolutely incredible. Some of the Pilot's watches, the the Aviator 8 with the pistachio dial. I mean, there's some stuff that's just that's.
Do we have any visual here?
We got Hybrid Life. Who all we got here tonight? We got Hybrid Life, a very private gentleman.
All right. Is there any visual at all here, RX?
Oh, I can hear you. Is this a very private gentleman?
Yeah, cool. How you doing, man?
All right. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, yeah. Is there any visual at all? I can't see myself here.
I can only see your icon. I don't see your camera.
So how do you come up on here at all? Can you just fly us through at all?
Yeah. Do you have within Skype? Do you have a microphone and a video camera icon? If you see that, click the one that has the camera icon, and we'll tell you if it comes up. Hybrid Life's up with video and audio. Yeah, you were on the last show. Your video worked fine. Because we could see so Hybrid Life, what's on the wrist tonight? We can't hear. Well, let's see. I can switch the camera over to you. Let's see.
Yeah, I have a Take Your Aqua Racer.
What made you wear the tag tonight?
I've been wearing it a lot. I just got done shooting at the range, so I don't want to wear something crazy. So,
speaking of that, do you think that that activities like shooting, do you think that can impact the automatic movements? I know they say playing golf can. I've never had a problem.
I don't know. I have to look into that. I'm ignorant to that whole subject, but I'm worried about like all the carbon and all that stuff getting into the watch. So
yeah, especially if you're shooting wolf or tool ammo, all that filth.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't want my Rolex models and stuff like that getting all nasty. So Take Your's a great kind of everyday beater, and it still looks nice. So I like that watch.
Awesome. How long have you had that one?
I bought this one actually maybe like 3 weeks ago. So just walked into my AD and kind of said, where the hell's my Rolex? And they said, oh, we haven't got any shipments in. So I saw this. I'm like, this kind of looks like the Explorer 2 42 millimeter with GMT, white dial, polar, what they call it.
So is that an orange hand as well?
Why not buy this? Yeah, it's an orange hand. Can you see that clearly?
Yeah, it looks really good now. Yeah, you're right. That does look like the Explorer. Now that's quartz, isn't it?
Yeah. I could have got the automatic, but I didn't want to just like spend a lot of money. I didn't really need to buy the watch. It's just kind of like an impulse thing. Still cost me like $1,600.
Yeah, I can understand the impulse decision. Now, so you're waiting on the Starbucks, right?
Yeah, which I thought I was going to have today. I would assume I should have it in the next couple of weeks. And I think I'm going to actually potentially get a 42 millimeter Explorer 2 by the end of the year. So that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's funny, the Explorer 2, it's amazing how the popularity of it recently has just really gone through the roof.
I really hope it goes down the roof because I don't want to be waiting a long time for an Explorer 2, because if I would have asked for that watch 2 years ago, I probably could have got it the next week. So it's just crazy right now with every Rolex model. Can't get anything.
Yeah, even the Oyster Perpetuals, man, they're on fire.
Yeah, and especially for someone like me who I have quite a history with my ADs, and I've spent a lot of money on a relative scale, and I still am having trouble getting watches. I mean, I couldn't imagine if you've never bought a watch before how hard it must be.
Well,
You know?
it's next to impossible, and if you're in that situation, then you're forced to the gray market, and you're paying a hefty premium even on some of the the base model the less popular references.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I asked for a Starbucks in October, and I guess I'm getting it by December. So I guess it's not that big of a wait, but I usually don't have to wait too long, and so I'm not really even used to this myself. So it's an interesting thing, and I know Trevor's kind of dealing with the same thing. He's waiting on his Rolexes, and he's bought watches from his ADs, and he hasn't got a Rolex yet, but still, he spent some money.
So Trevor, I know your recent acquisition was the Speedy. What are you on to? What are you after now?
Hey, Arc Sky, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. We can't see you though.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get my video set up here. I'm having some issues with my video. My laptop. Let me see. Oh, allow.
Yeah, Mac OS has some wonky permissions or privacy settings that I had to deal with Skype.
Yeah, let me just try to get that set up here. If you want to keep talking with Hybrid Life about what you guys are talking about, and then I'll try to get that set up. But I have the Speedmaster on again tonight, so I'll try to get the video here working. I don't know what's going on.
That sounds good. So Hybrid Life, you're excited about the Starbucks. And you're talking about the Polar Explorer 2. Obviously, you're thinking about that because you bought the tag that looks similar. What else is on the horizon? I know you talked about a Paddock a while back.
Yeah. So the Paddock is for when I graduate. I don't know if I told you that, but that's something for when I graduate.
So how far off is
Paddock.
that?
Like 2.5 years.
That's not bad.
No, but actually, my AD told me once I get the Starbucks that next year at some point, maybe spring, maybe summer, maybe fall, who knows, but sometime in 2022, she's going to get me a Pepsi Jubilee. So that's going to be cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a Gold Eagle, American Gold Eagle, or what is that?
Yeah, this is just a Gold Eagle I'm playing around with.
Yeah, those
1 ounce.
Those are solid, man. You never can go wrong with those, or the Maples, or the Kookaburras. You buy
This is how I buy my watches. I trade these in from my jeweler, just as a trade for the timepieces.
That's not a bad deal. There was something.
If it's a trade, then it's no tax.
Hey, trade. That's pretty interesting. Now I don't know if you watched AC3's show. He had a live show a few days ago, but they were talking about something interesting, and it's the people. I think it's Hoovie's Garage and another like these big automobile YouTube channels, and they were basically saying allegedly they had liquidated like a lot of their vehicles because they felt like we're about to hit something really hard with the recession's about to hit really hard, and we're probably about to see metals really spike, precious metals spike. What do you think about all that?
Well, I think that it could go two ways. I think we're either going to go towards socialism, where it doesn't matter what you have, because in a socialistic society, the government controls everything. And if one person's richer than another person, they'll equal it out however they will. If it doesn't go that way, then it's going to be a huge economic collapse. We're going to be in a depression for many years. And this is just, if you guys want to know why I think this way, on the Hybrid Life channel, I'm going to start putting out videos that explains my thought process. So in short, obviously we're in a monetary crisis with our debt. We don't produce really anything on a relative scale, but we pay everyone else, every other country that produces, in monopoly money, meaning is that it's not real. We print it out of thin air. So pretty soon China and all these other countries are going to be like, well, I produce these products and I work really hard, and you're giving me money you print for free for our products. I'm not going to do that anymore. So when China and all these other countries decide to, sell our bonds, and that's going to be the start of the economic collapse, it I think it's going to be imminent, but if that happens, the dollar's going to go down. They're going to sacrifice the dollar. I think that cars and tangible goods will all go up, but purchasing power will go down. So I don't know why they're selling off their cars. If they're selling off their cars, would only make sense if you think the Fed is going to raise interest rates enough to save the dollar. The dollar's strong right now, but it's all manipulated, and it's an illusion. Long term, the dollar's going to go a lot weaker. I heard a statistic. I don't know if this is true. I need to fact check it. Somebody told me, and the person that told me this is highly, highly educated. And I know that doesn't mean much, but he's also very street smart. So he said that 40% of the money out in what's a good word for this? 40% of the cash out there right now that's free flowing in society was printed within the year. I don't know if this is true, but if that's true, that's scary.
Yeah.
40% of the money out there in the world that is American dollars was printed this last year. Think of that. If anybody understands basic economics and doesn't think that we're in a hyperinflationary environment, then I either have like serious mental issues or serious like learning disabilities. My brain doesn't think right.
No, it's
please, someone tell me if I'm way off here.
Yeah,
I've yet to find someone.
Everybody in the audience, we need to speak up. And what do you? I'm with you. I think they're printing money just left and right, and it's just. I would not like to have anything in a paper dollar right now. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I have too much. Sadly.
Yeah, I don't. I try to keep it out of there.
I was actually. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say it's kind of like, I guess the best way to visualize it for people that don't really have a strong financial understanding. I mean, the most basic way that I can think of to say it is that if you have and we've all had piggy banks as kids, you put a few dollars in, you put a few pennies and a few quarters in, but instead of putting that in, what if you had put, little silver, 1 ounce silver coins? Look at that today. The same dollar amount at that time for that physical piece of metal today would be worth so much more. I mean, silver's not even at, what is it today, like 35 or so? Or I haven't even looked at the spot price, 30?
Silver's 22.
Oh, it's dipped.
It's dipped exponentially. So the ratio from gold to silver is like huge. So silver could be actually very, very, very highly profitable. I'm into gold more because I don't want it, like in a crisis, I don't want to be carrying a ton of silver on in case I had to get on the move. I think gold is going to be more recognizable for the people that are ignorant. So if you're bartering, I don't know, like with gold, it's harder to, replicate as far as like fakes. I feel like you'll see a lot more silver fakes, I think than you will gold. Gold is, if you, let's just say you had no knowledge of, gold or silver, and we went into times where it was bartering and you had to buy goods and services with gold or silver. If you were someone that produced something or had a service, would you rather have gold or would you rather have silver? If you were ignorant and you didn't know the price of it or the ratio, what would you rather have?
I'd rather have gold because, as far as a symbol of wealth, one often associates gold with kind of the, the gold standard, the top of the ladder. And you think of silver, it's kind of like Rolex and Tudor. Both are good. Tudor's never going to be Rolex.
Exactly. And for that reason is why I would rather have gold. I think, if you're investing strategically on a nominal value, I think silver might have a higher rate of return long term, but gold is more so like a safe haven in like an apocalyptic event or like a huge crisis. And if we were ever near one, it's now.
Well, and speaking of bartering, do you think that, especially with gold more so than silver, do you think that buying fractionally fractional ounces of gold and paying the additional premium because you're buying fractional ounce? Do you think that's a good thing, or do you like the larger denominations? I mean, do you like the 1 ounce or larger? Oh, there you go, Trevor. We can see you now, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, sorry about that. I was having some computer issues.
Yeah. So what's on the wrist tonight? The Speedy?
Yeah, I have the Speedmaster on tonight.
Nice. How's that bracelet on that? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's really comfortable and fits really nice. I got it fitted pretty tight, so it feels really good.
That's funny. I wear mine tight as well. I could put my pinky in there, and that's about it.
Yeah. I don't even know if I can. I wear it above my wrist bone here, and I can fit my pinky barely, but I like it tight and not to move around too much. And I'm left-handed. That's why my watch is always on my right hand.
Would you wear Hybrid Life's left-hand drive? Oh, there's a very private gentleman. Welcome aboard.
Yeah, it's not connecting to my HD cam. I've got the shit one on the screen, so you have to put up with this.
That's good and clear, though.
Picture. Yeah, how you doing, guys?
Good. How you doing?
Yeah. So yeah, nice to see you.
What's on the wrist?
I got my chrono, and then it's TISO night tonight, so I've got my which one is it? This one, yeah. It's my Silesium 18 karat gold job.
Nice.
About $1,500, maybe two. You get stuck in a place out in the middle of nowhere. You just go to the local dealer. He'll pop the bezel off. It's worth about $500. 18 karat gold. That gets you enough for a room, new set of clothes, a meal, and a taxi to the embassy.
That's a good way to look at it. So
yeah.
Are you a precious metals guy as well?
No. This came to me by default, really. Someone needed the money quick, so
Uh-oh.
You lost me.
Yeah, we lost you, but you're back.
Yeah. And then this one is my latest movie, the Swiss job on is that coming in?
Yeah, it looks nice. Is that a ceramic bezel?
Yeah, it is. It's their one and only. And it's in a polished and satin finish with the paramedic movement inside it, which is a derivative of the ETA. So my wine glass went for a popsy there.
So what's everyone's next acquisition going to be? We know Hybrid Life's going after the Starbucks.
What about sorry, I think Trevor. What are you getting, Trevor?
Yeah, I'm planning on getting the Submariner date, most likely.
Oh, cool. What, from an AD?
Yeah, so I've been in communication with an AD, the same one that I bought this Speedmaster from, and I've been talking with them about a few different Rolexes I'm interested in, the Submariner date, potentially I do like the Batman. I know RX Guy, you said you weren't too big of a fan of it last time, but I like the color scheme. I have a lot of like blue shirts and things that I wear. And then, so those are probably the next two I'll get.
Those are both excellent choices. You're going to go with the Jubilee or the Oyster?
I'm thinking the Oyster for the Batman.
Cool.
And then, I really like the Root Beer GMT as well. I know you like that one too. So those are a few of the ones that I have on my radar as far as Rolexes. And then we'll see. I might end up picking up some other, non-Rolex watches as well.
Don't they only make the Jubilee in the Batman right now?
No, they started making the Oyster in it as well for 2021.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, they do the same.
I'm trying to pull a deal off with my AD at the moment. I'll sweeten the girls up. I don't get along with the AD in my local town, so there's one about 30k away, that I got the Black Bay Chrono off. I'm gonna get them for a deal on 4. I'm after the right-hand drive, the left-hand drive Pelagos, the faux patina, probably the Pepsi Tudor. I might get the blue normal right-hand drive Pelagos, and I might get an FXD if I'm lucky. So I'm going to go in with 4 and then try and get a discount. I'm looking for 15%.
Yeah, that Marine Nationale is awesome. The new FXD.
Yeah, I want one big time. Yeah.
So Hybrid Life, what do you think about your left-hand drive Pelagos?
Oh, the case height is high. I'm not a big fan of it.
You want to sell it to me?
Yeah, I'll sell it to you for 4,000 USD.
I'll work on that.
Sounds good. Just let me know.
I can get it for 3,000 English here.
Yeah, you'd have to do the conversion. I don't know that off the top of my head. It changes on the daily. I don't really want USD though, so I might take the euro.
Yeah, cool. I can arrange that. We'll speak another time.
For sure.
Have you tried the Tudor Pepsi on at your AD? Do you see? I tried. So this is weird, and because I know we're wearing the same the Tudor Chrono, the reverse Panda. Yeah, I like the case height of it. I don't. Yeah, that's it. I don't think it's too tall, but when I tried
this camera's so shit. I don't know whether you can, excuse my French, whether you can see it or not.
Yeah, it looks good. It doesn't seem too tall, but if you've tried on the original Black Bay with the in-house movement, or the Pepsi Light, the Diet Pepsi, the Tudor Pepsi, both of those, for some reason, when I put them on my wrist, the case seems obnoxiously tall, but the Chrono doesn't. And I don't know if you've experienced the same thing.
I had it in my hand a while ago, and it just didn't look like anything at all. It's a question of me getting used to it, you know. What's that, a Zodiac or a Polar Dial? I can't tell. My eyes are pretty shit at the moment. Oh, what is that?
It's a Tag Aqua Racer. It's just a...
Yeah, really nice. Yeah. Very underrated company. A lot of people are being disingenuous to Tag Heuer, you know, and on the streams, saying, you know, LVMH is a cracking company. You know, my wife's got 2 of them, diamond ones.
I'm going to give this away. Once my I'm going to give this away once my channel hits 1,000 subs.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's a nice gift.
Yeah.
Speaking of giveaways, Hybrid Life, that's a great idea. I think, you know, as far as organically propelling the growth of your channel, I think that's one of the best ways to do it.
Yeah, my channel's gotten 20,000 views in the past 3 days, it says analytically.
What's your most popular video?
Me doing some pull-ups.
Oh, that's funny. Well, you know, people are stuck at home. They're trying to burn off all that COVID weight.
Yeah, I have some shorts of a couple of my watches. I need to do more of my watches. I just don't want to spoil it, you know. So.
Yeah. Now, have y'all subscribed to A Very Private Gentleman yet?
No, this is the first time ever seeing him, so I'll have to
do that's cool. You know, just come on board and we'll see. My editing skills is getting taking the time to develop, but I'll get there.
Make sure to sub to Hybrid Life. Appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I like your
sub to you as well.
Thank you.
T-Don TV too.
Yep.
You got some good videos.
T-Don TV, and then A Very Private Gentleman, and you know, I tell you, somebody that really, and y'all have probably seen his channel, the Timeless Watch channel, Oshin.
Yeah, he's not very well at the moment. Apparently, he's getting better. Thank God for that. You know.
I didn't know that. What happened?
He had. Well, I don't know. I'm only hearing, you know, rumor and that. I think he caught the dreaded C19.
Oh.
when he came back from London, and he got the shot. Then he caught it again. I think the second time round he wasn't too good.
Yeah, he talk about editing skills. He is like an expert in.
Oh yeah, superb. The top dollar. He beats us all.
Yeah, he's his. I guess you saw his Tudor Panda video where he had it in where is he? He's in
Venice. He lives in Venice.
In Venice. Yeah.
Provincia di Venezia.
Yeah, that video was incredible. The way he got the light on it and the backgrounds and the.
I must have watched it about 10 times. I think I watched all his videos about 10 or 15 times. It's sort of what I'm trying to aim to. But, I was listening to Hybrid Life's sort of doom and gloom political doomsday philosophies. They're quite interesting, actually.
Speaking of that, Hybrid Life, what else? What else are your thoughts? That is, the gold and bartering. What else? What else do you want to share?
As far as like my philosophies.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I could go off on a tangent with that. I feel like I need to make videos and actually like break it down and talk about it. I mean, I could talk about stuff like this for hours. I'll be pulling from so many different dimensions just to come up with my core philosophy of what I'm talking about. A lot of people do think it's doom and gloom and this and that, but I'm not even trying to be like that type of guy. I'm just trying to be a realist, of being objective based on facts. And it's hard to seem right. It's hard to seem rational in a society that's irrational. So when I talk about this stuff, the way the government is acting with their policies, it's so irrational that it's making someone like me who is taking data and just being rational about it. It makes me look crazy because it's almost like we're living in the Twilight Zone. Do you see where I'm getting at with this?
I do, and kind of my stance on it is I feel that there's so many people that accept truth as being the truth, and they don't question what they see. Whether it's coming from the media or whatever the source is, they don't question it. They're just mindless drones, and it just continues to get worse. And I'm like you. I see something, and I always look at the hard data. That's how I make a decision about anything. Is it? Anybody can make a convincing video or present a convincing speech, but when you look at the hard data, it doesn't matter how window dressed something is. The fact cannot be covered up. The truth cannot be covered up. And I don't. We're in a dangerous spot right now, worldwide, for sure.
Sounds like someone's eating pork rinds.
That's what I was saying. The same thing. That's the sound.
I think it's my ass. Sorry, I'm fine.
That's funny.
I get such a laugh out of you, Irix, and you make your videos, and you're like, "Oh, I think I got some bacon grease on there."
I just finished watching 20 minutes of Mark Frankel and Tristano Veneto. I think they're a really good team. Those two.
They
probably
are
the benchmark to be set by.
They're good, and have you heard one of the most recent Archie Luxury live streams? And I wish that, and hopefully things will clear up before then. But in March of 2022, they're having the London Watch Show.
Yeah, that
would be awesome to go there because I think he's going to go. A lot of the what's his name from Pride and Pinion? Was it Nico Leonard? He's going to be there. A lot of.
I can't stand that dude.
I don't filter what I say, and I'll just speak the truth. I think my opinion of him, and this isn't negative, it's just what I feel when I watch his videos. It's kind of mass marketed. I mean, he's definitely aligned with some sort of marketing team.
Yeah. And
it's just, I'm never a fan of that type of presentation. It's just personal preference. I don't have anything against the guy. I mean, I admire ambition and I admire entrepreneurs, but that's what I get when I watch the videos.
Yeah, no, I have nothing against him. It's just personally not for me.
Yeah.
It's more of like an irreverent type of video platform.
I think that Watches and Wonders show, that's in New York. When is that? Let's see. Because that's a big event. Watches and Wonders 2022.
Yeah, I mean, that's big league stuff. You know, you got Roman there and all the boys. You got to be a heavy hitter to be with him.
Yeah, that's, let's see, this year I think it's going to be overseas, isn't it? March.
No, I don't know.
What do you think what Timepiece Gentleman's doing? Like, what's the guy's name? Anthony Ferrer.
Yeah, superb move. They're doing the solo shows.
So what's he doing now? I haven't kept up.
He's doing solo shows now. He's doing his own thing, a day in the life for a year. 20 minutes a time is fantastic. Sort of pseudo running them alongside the business 1 hour specials. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a class act. He knows how to play the game. We all fell in the pot a few months ago with the so-called issues, which were nothing really. Flash in the pan. He's come back fighting, and 10 times better, you know.
Yeah, because he pulled, what was it, the marketing stunt where he closed down his store and there was all the questions surrounding that? Was that?
That was nothing. It was a really good move. And 90% of us fell for it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he has his, as very private gentleman was saying, he has the main Timepiece Gentleman channel still, but then about a month or two ago, he started his own personal channel too, and he's been doing like daily videos on that. So he's been very active on uploading YouTube videos for sure.
I'll have to check those out again because I watched his shows prior to the big thing. Honestly, I don't really watch that many videos. I just create a lot. I mean,
these are all benchmarks to be set by. You know, the that show, Tristano and Mark Frankel, and with Long Island Watches and Ushin.
Yeah,
even some of Paul Thorpe's. You know, these are the benchmarks for us newbies to come along and sit alongside. But the live streaming is the easy way out. It's not as good as creating content. I mean, content is hard work. Doing videos is real tough. I mean, a 10-minute video for me, or one of the 4 that I've done, takes me about 3 weeks. You know, and, I know some people will click away and I get a bit OCD with it, and in the end I sort of say, right, that's the cut and it's going to go, and that's it. But live streaming is the way to complement it, but we all need to be doing more videos on the subject matter, you know.
The challenging thing about the live streaming is trying to find, and your videos are great because you put a lot of, I mean, obviously, when I watch your videos, I can tell it. I mean, you put a lot of time and thought into it. I mean, it's not just a video for another, you know, additional video on your channel. I mean, it's quality content, and that means a lot. And to your point about the live streaming thing, it's been challenging to figure out because I don't know that it's hard to get with all of us. I know we all have our professional obligations. It's hard to develop a consistent schedule because, you know, if I was full-time YouTube, I would like to have, you know, every, 2 days a week or whatever, kind of like Archie does. Archie Luxury is a prime example of a full-time YouTuber. But
yeah, I mean, in the words of the great Enzo just before he died, he said, "Imperfetto mondo non c'è niente," and that meant nothing in this world is ever perfect. You can get close, but it will never be perfect. And I think And what he was saying is he strived to make a perfect car. But there must have been a part of him where he always looked at the beautiful pieces that he made and said, there's something wrong there that I just can't get right. You'll strive like that for the rest of your life, And this is an old man talking, I mean. I've never found perfection. But you can come close, But there'll always be that something that will get in the way, that speck that will hit you in the eye. But yeah, I mean, there needs to be better streaming. I noticed that Tim Wright has sort of gone into collab now and has sort of cut back on his streaming a little bit.
Yeah, Tim's kind of, obviously he was put on the map by Archie Luxury.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, to see that you've got him and then you've had a few other people come up, and I mean, their recognition online is because of him. I mean, he's a powerhouse. Archie's a powerhouse.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I saw you on there the other night. You were relatively quiet for the whole session, but I mean, once again, he started to sort of elaborate on the amount of views that you were getting akin to your subscribership. But the key, I know what you're doing. The key there is the subscribership level. I mean, what, you got 87,000 subscribers or something? Is it 67 or 87?
I think it's about, I think I'm about 84,000.
I mean, that's a massive amount of building blocks that you can capitalize on.
Yeah, I want to get Hybrid Life to 50,000 views. And Trevor, what's
50,000 subs.
50,000, 50,000 subs.
I'm already at 50,000 views.
Yeah, 50,000 subs. And Trevor, what's your miniature milestone? I know Hybrid Life's is 50,000 subs.
I guess I think, first I want to get to 1,000 and then take it one step at a time, but then ultimately then probably 10,000 increments from there. But ultimately I'd like to get to like 100,000 subscribers.
Sure. I'll praise that for you. I wish that for you, mate. You're a nice kid.
But just trying to, take it one step at a time. So I guess my first milestone would be 1,000 subscribers because not there yet, but trying to stay consistent.
See, with me, I won't ask for thumbs ups. I won't ask for people to ring the bell. I won't ask people to like and subscribe. Another person's done it. It's a type of reverse psychology. If you want to be with me, if you want to watch my stuff, if you want to get into what I'm trying to say within the music and the videos and the compliment that Ed just made to me there, Irix, which thank you very much. That's really comforting to get that. If you want to be with me, then I'll show you the way eventually. And Hybrid Life is just about on the queue. We're all on a roadmap of life. It's all planned out in front of us. It's like we have our own inbuilt sat-nav within our numerology and our astrology calculations. If you don't, it's up to you. You can either follow that path or you can turn off and switch the sat-nav off. But getting back to what Hybrid was saying was that it's a very, very dangerous time for the world now. We're being controlled by very, very strange forces and parameters that are going on around us. So, what I'm saying about my channel is that if people want to come in, I had a guy come up to me in the shop the other day when I was buying the Tudor. I didn't even ask him. He just clicked on, just job done. I'm not going to ask. You generally find that people who push that point that are backed up by what Irix says is the big powerhouses that are running these shows. I want people to want to come to be with me, not for me to ask them, no matter what the theorem is on YouTube.
The biggest.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, Irix, I don't know if you had something to add to that, but I was just curious. You asked us what's our next timepiece we're planning to pick up. Curious what yours is.
Well, like a very private gentleman, and I thought it was awesome when he joined the first live stream. He's got the same reverse panda that I had just picked up a few days prior to that. So that was kind of one I'd been on the search for it was probably 6 months or so before I got it. And then the next one, it all depends upon the growth of the channel. I mean, obviously I don't, these are things that I buy because I enjoy them. And depending upon how rapidly my channel grows, that helps to fuel my purchases. But I think the next one, it could be anywhere from on the lower end to a probably, I don't know, I may get another Tudor. I love Tudor. I've got 2 so far. Or on the higher scale, I mean, the highest end for me would be the root beer. I really like the root beer. I think it's a unique looking piece, and I don't have anything. I don't have anything with precious metals. All of my pieces are stainless.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And with the root beer, are you thinking the all rose gold or the two-tone?
It would be the two-tone, and the reason I say that is that, price point aside, the two-tone, I would go with it because I feel that it may be a little bit more durable. It's something I could feel like, I didn't just have to wear. And, I mean, granted, gold is somewhat durable, especially the Rolex gold, but I would feel a little bit better about having something semi-rugged but still have a little bit of precious metals appeal to it. And I never thought I'd like two-tone traditionally, and when I say traditionally, this was back. So the first watch I bought was when I was only 20 years old, and that was the Omega Seamaster 300M Blue Wave dial pre-coaxial. And the next watch I bought, it's an awesome watch. Always, never going to depart with it. It's phenomenal. And then the next piece that I got was significantly later than that. It was 2009, and that's when I got married. And I was, I just wanted to get a watch on the honeymoon, and I picked up and this was at the time it was a good decision, but I kind of regret it. I got the Breitling Super Avenger on the Pro 2 bracelet, and I got a leather strap with it and all that. That was back when the big watch was kind of the thing. It's still a good piece. It's got a Valjoux 7750 in it.
Great movement. Really great movement.
It makes some noise. It's kind of, you can hear that rotor, when you move it around. You can hear the rotor on your Tudor too, can't you?
Yeah. I mean, they're not pretty movements, which is one of the reasons why I don't think they give a display back to them, but they're functional and robust,
Well, and that means a lot. I mean, I think with Rolex, Omega, Tudor, I think, you're getting something that, and even with the Breitling, you're getting something.
The only green mile watch I want is the 41mm OP in the silver dial with the gold indices.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not going to get on my hands and knees and beg them for it. I'll just wait my turn, even though they deliberately took me off the waiting list for 18 months.
That's no good. Now, speaking of the 41mm OP, I've heard that the Tiffany dial 41mm is going to be discontinued. Have y'all heard that?
Yeah, of course so, yeah. And you won't be able to change to one either, or convert one, or mod it into one.
Yeah, it's crazy what that one's going for gray market.
Let's pull that puppy up. Let's see. I got
Tiffany dial. It's like almost 20 grand now.
I just want to go and get myself a glass, gents. Can you hold on?
Sure.
Sorry, excuse me.
I like that Tiffany dial one, and yeah, the root beer GMT two-tone is definitely one of my Grail watches as well. Irish guy, I really like that.
I'm not a two-tone type of guy, but I respect it. It's just not for me. But I think it looked great on Irish guy and T-Money.
I didn't used to be a two-tone guy, and kind of the thing that steered me towards not being a two-tone guy, it's kind of like, well, it's like, you couldn't afford the gold, so you settled. It was how I see it. It was in my head, and now it's like, okay, I don't care about the financial aspect of it. I care more about the durability. If I get this, it's going to be a little bit more durable. But then again, I wouldn't have a problem with a solid gold one. It's funny how that works. And it's the same with Tudor and Rolex. It's like, I would never have bought a Tudor until I at least had a few Rolexes. Just because of it's a mental thing. It's not like I care about what other people think, but it's just what I think about myself. It's like, did I just settle? And that's not the case. Right. I mean, I think these are going to become, I think Tudor, their core references are black bays. They're going to become the next sports Rolex, and then Rolex is just going to continue to go up, very high up market. And I don't know. I mean, it's going to get to the point to where, regardless of where you're traveling, and that brings up another interesting question for everyone. With these economic conditions that we're experiencing at a global level right now, do you think it's going to drive the popularity of some lesser brands up, even people that could afford the Rolex? Do you think it's going to put some of the lesser brands in the spotlight just because of cheers?
Salute. Cheers. Cheers. Good health. You need to get started young, Trev.
Yeah, I might go get a glass of wine.
Trevor's my age.
Yeah, I look kind of young, but I'm the same age as Hybrid Life.
Well, you're both young then. That's cool.
Yeah, we're both pretty young.
I'm almost
handsome
42.
as well. Very pretty, good-looking guys. Well, good. My wife would appreciate both of you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate
There's
it.
a Tiffany dial in the Tag Heuer F1 Lady Sharapova in 2005. I did the video on the black one. It's worth an absolute fortune now. Anything in those blue-coloured dials, username Tiffany, girls go mad on them.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy. The Tiffany company used to sell a Submariner.
I almost bought one.
You did?
Yeah, off a Chrono. I just couldn't justify it, but I really wanted to.
What was that was I guess the old style bracelet with the hollow end links, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Does that turn you off from a Rolex if it's got the hollow end links in the old style class?
I've actually owned a late 90s sub with the hollow end links. I didn't mind it. I actually had a rubber B band on it. So obviously it's not as nice as the ceramic, but it's not a bad watch. It looks good on the wrist, and from far away, it's hard to tell. Like, I had some of my friends put it on, and it's hard to tell the difference between a ceramic and a non-ceramic from like 20 feet away, believe it or not. I mean, for me, it was. It's like, oh, wow, that watch actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, the only time you can really notice if the lighting conditions are right, and it's that shine on the bezel that kind of gives it away.
Yeah, you would be surprised how well some of these 90s or pre-ceramic model subs shine. They shine actually pretty well, being an aluminum bezel.
Speaking of that, Tudor's done something with the Pelagos that Rolex hasn't done, a matte ceramic bezel. Do you think we'll see any Rolexes with a matte style ceramic bezel?
I think if there is one, it's going to be the Explorer 2 Polar.
And I was shocked they didn't put it on the most current reference.
I know. I thought they were going to. That would be so sweet. It looked just like the Daytona in a way.
And it's funny you mentioned that, because that's one of the things that has steered me away from the Explorer 2, although I've liked it. And I almost got the Explorer 2 when I got my sub, because I really liked the orange hands. And that was not the most current reference, but the previous reference. Back when which one?
39 mil.
No, it was Explorer 2. It was 40 or 41, wasn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, no, you're thinking about the previous reference. Yeah, this would have been the one that was on the market around, I think it was 2013, 2014. So it's when they first upped the size of the Explorer 2.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing that kept me away from it, Peeping Time, he says, I'm just here to downvote. Hey, no problem. You shared he shared his honest opinion. Yeah, but the Explorer 2, the thing that keeps me away is, those, what is that black in the bezel? Is that, what type of material is that? And how easy would it scratch?
I don't know. I don't own one. I have to look into that. I know that you commented on that, or maybe you emailed me that. But yeah, that's a good point. I'm not really too rough when I wear my Rolexes, but have you heard of people scratching that material?
I haven't heard of it, but I've just, looking at pictures of the old, those that are a few years old online that have been worn heavily, probably daily wears. I've noticed that a lot of that black's kind of, chipped out a little bit. And
I watched Archie Luxury talk about, he had a video of the Rolex Explorer 2 Polar Dial, and he said, he titled it, Rolex Explorer 2 is a nothing watch. And he was talking about how one of his friends, who is a huge collector, has a multi-million-dollar watch collection, wanted to trade in his Rolex Explorer 2 and a few other watches for, some other high-end watch. And he told Archie, yeah, the Rolex Explorer is kind of a nothing watch. And Archie, which contrary to my belief, which I thought he was going to say, Archie actually had a lot of really good things to say about the Rolex Explorer 2, and it made me even want it more because his explanation for it was really good. So
yeah, he misses
he's like,
that one.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Archie misses that one. He also misses what he calls his Maserati dial Daytona.
Nice.
Yeah, so but you're definitely you're definitely wanting to get an Explorer too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you'll have to let us know on your channel how it turns out after you wear it for a while. Does that black chip out of the bezel?
Yeah, a very private gentleman. I mean, he seems like he noticed this white dial. I'm assuming he feels the same as I do. I think the white dial looks so good, dressed up or dressed down.
Yeah, white dials are amazing to have, amazing faces to have. I mean, I noticed on Irix's thumbnail tonight, you're pulling our legs on the white Submariner then, yeah?
Yeah, the nipple dial.
Yeah.
The nipple dial.
Did you configure that, or is that something out of Japan?
No, it full disclosure, that thumbnail was I got it off of Pixabay. It's a royalty-free image website, so I don't know what its origin is. I'm assuming it's got to be aftermarket. Yeah,
well, somebody said today on one of the channels that when I was wolfering around, that's due at any moment now with a black dial, and it's going to be one of their biggest money makers. They're going to go. This is my own personal opinion, but it looks as though they're going to go up against Omega, Seamaster white dial face on that one. So the guys over there in Lausanne and Geneva and that are scurrying around in the labs getting that one ready, I reckon, and that's for my money.
Submariner.
But that's just a personal opinion. It's got to be their next move.
Yeah, and that sounds logical. And then also what Hybrid Life was saying, the ceramic bezel Explorer 2.
I can't see them doing that, and the reason is because we're all poking forward and wanting it, and we're all like salivating wolves, wanting that to come out, and they know it. So they're just going to check us off and keep us at bay and say, no, you're going to carry on with the steel dial.
Speaking of keeping us at bay.
Until they're ready.
Speaking of keeping us at bay, how about a Black Bay 58 GMT?
No, that ain't going to come on the radar, I don't think. I know you'd love that, and I would love you to have that, seriously, but I don't think it's going to come on.
I'd love for one to release, because that's the only problem I had with the Pepsi GMT tutor. It's just too tall.
It will mess around with their Pepsi sales, Ed,
It would, yeah, it definitely would.
Yeah,
Unless they did like a Tudor Batman. It was a Batman 58. So let's do this. Everybody, Hybrid Life's in the chat, and let's share everybody's channels. So we'll just go around the list here, starting with Hybrid Life. Everybody subscribe to the Hybrid Life.
Appreciate it.
And Trevor and a very private gentleman, have y'all typed in the channel? I think people can click.
I'm on this Timepiece Trevor channel right now, but I have T-Don TV is kind of my main channel dedicated, like where I talk about everything, business, finance, just self-improvement and fitness and everything. And then I created this Timepiece Trevor channel. I haven't made really any videos on there yet, but I'm going to start doing more timepiece videos on that channel. So that's what
That's cool. That's cool. That's excellent. What's your star sign?
My As in, I'm a Capricorn. Is that what you mean?
Oh, another Capricorn. You're the same as Austin Daniels. Yeah, oh, cool. Yeah, tough guys. You have the goat of the head with a fish's tail. So you have the physical side and the psychic side to you. So that's pretty cool. As you get older in life, over 50, you'll tap into that other side, and that will take you into the stratosphere of your thought process and thinking. Very big in property, you know, Capricorns.
Big in what?
Property, in real estate, in your terminology. Yeah.
But I'm involved in real estate, so
Yeah.
Interesting. I haven't done a lot of research.
It never lies. I'm telling you, it's the roadmap of your life. It never lies.
Interesting.
If you doubt it, it's at your peril. What are you, hybrid life? When's your birthday?
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's cool. Another water sign like me. Whereabouts in Cancer? The first 10, the middle 10, or the last 10?
July 21st.
Right. So you're right on the cusp of Cancer and...
Right on the cusp. Yeah.
Yeah, right on the changeover of Gemini and Cancer. Is that right? Yeah.
Yep.
So you're a great communicator, and you're a quiet guy. It's typical. It's a hard outer shell, but I need to get you to turn over to have a look at that soft underbelly.
For sure.
They're great guys. Cancerians are great guys. George Bush, plenty of them.
Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger's a Leo.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, tough guy.
Isn't he a July birthday?
Yeah, end of July, the 30th of July.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I guess I don't know my signs well.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You know, you're cool. You've got a mixture of two going on there.
Yeah, I just look at myself as a Christian, and that's pretty much it, but I'll have to look into these signs.
Well, I was a Christian up for 60 odd years until something quite devastatingly happened to me with the church. So I lost a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah, I respect everyone's views. So
yeah, but you know, as I say at the end of my videos now, you know, whatever your faith, may it go with you.
For sure.
Well, gentlemen, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm gonna have to head out, but hopefully we can do another live show soon. And you know, anybody that you know that's into wristwatches, I'd really like to try to grow this community because I think it's something that can be.
How often do you plan to do them, Ed?
Well, I'd like to do them a lot more frequently. I mean, the thing is, and I don't talk about all my business stuff on this channel, but I run a lot of different businesses, and you know, often with customers and not just customers, but the projects that I'm doing on my own, a lot of the time, it's hard to really solidify a predictable schedule, and I'm going to try to work more towards doing that. It's just with this, with the COVID, well, I'm not going to say that because that's a bad word for Google, but with the virus that's come around in the past year or so, it's really amplified a lot of my business ventures. So it's like I've been hyper busy outside of this. But what I want to do is be able to throttle some of that back, throttle some of that down, and focus more on YouTube because I know there's definitely growth opportunity here. For everyone that's involved with it, especially the space we're in right now with Timepieces. I think there's a lot of room to really grow and develop name recognition for all of our channels, and just better promote the watch collection addiction as a group of people versus just a random channel here and there. That's what I'm going for. I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
But,
these two boys are on the right page. They're great thinking. They complement each other.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you know that your sign is the polar opposite, the magnetic opposite to Trevor? You two are magnetic polar opposites to each other?
I didn't know that, no.
Yeah, so you're a working pair, you two.
Nice.
So you two need to keep in contact with each other and become like I'm an opposite to Ed.
Trevor's actually my best friend in reality.
Yeah. Well, it works. I can see that 100%. I need to work on your numbers now. That's another story.
Exactly. For sure.
You got the right idea of what you've been saying. It's a lot of people won't be able to take it in, but you're on the right page. You know, about fiscal economy. That's been going on for about 10 or 15 years now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we really appreciate it. I really appreciate Irish Guy having us on the show again, and it's a great show, and look forward to the next one. I'll hope to join the next one as well.
I think we need to sort of press on and sort of try and move forward. Maybe team up with Austin.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Are you connected with Austin?
I was, but I think he's got his own gig going on at the moment with these individual interviews that he's doing. He did a 3-hour marathon today. I watched every single minute of it. It was quite good, but I do think that Diz needs to be brought on board now, even though he's not been very well. Sort of try and bring the best out of him. But I mean, if you could get Diz and Guido and Austin onto your team on this page here with Trevor and HL there, hybrid there, and yourself, Ed, I think that would be a smashing page.
Well, and that's what I want to do. You know, any suggestions y'all have is, you know, any connections that you have, if we can get people up.
61 years full of them, mate.
I think that would be great. I mean, it's building that initial base, and obviously, you know, I would never try to steal from Archie Luxury because, you know, he's one of the ones that got me obsessed with this hobby. But I think if there's people outside of his direct group, you know, that could be enticed to join the live stream, I think that would be great. I mean,
you got to remember with him though, the key to him is he's a number 7, numerology number 7. Just type into Google numerology life path number 7. All right.
Life path number
and
7.
That will tell you everything you need to know about him. Everything. 99.9%.
How do you find your life path number?
Right. Well, so your life path number is this. Okay. When you mix the 3 disciplines together, astrology, numerology, the Pythagorean, and Chinese, you get the perfect picture of the individual. But stick to the numerology for at the moment, the Pythagorean. Forget about the Hebrew one. Your life path number is your date of birth. So, Trevor, give me your date of birth, will you, mate?
Yeah, 1993.
And the day and the month?
January 9th, 1993.
Right, 9th of January, blimey, they are during the military. Right, okay, so you add 9 plus 1, then you add 1993, so you go 9 plus 1 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 3. So you add all those numbers together. So 9 and 9 is 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. So you're a 5. You're a thinking number.
That's 5.
So you add them all together.
So, 1 second. So you said 9 plus 9 plus what?
9 plus 1.
9 plus 1.
Yeah.
Plus
Plus
9.
1. Plus, then you add 1993. So it's plus 1, plus 9, plus 9, plus 3. What's the total number?
32.
Right. 3 and 2 is 5.
Okay.
Right. The numbers only go from 1 to 9. Okay. The numbers 1, 5, and 7 are the numbers of the mind. The numbers 2, 4, and 8 are the numbers of business. The numbers 3, 6, and 9 are the numbers of artistry. Okay.
All right. So let me try to figure out mine quick. So if mine's July 21st.
Yeah. So that's.
So I
that's 1 plus 2 plus 7, and then plus the year.
Okay, so that's 10 plus 92. That's 11. So that's 21.
You're 31. You're 31. It would be, so you'd be 4, I think.
You're a 4. So you're the number of business, the middle number of business. If you're a 31.
Very much sense.
Right. Okay. Your total number is a 4. Your day number is a 3. So your inside inner number, core number, that your day number is how you are on the inside. So it's business linked to artistry for you. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually pretty spot on.
For you, Trevor, you're a number 9 on the day. Okay. That's a powerful number. That's one of them on the inside. But your total number was what was it? 5.
5, yeah.
Yeah. So you have a powerful driving core inside you. Number 9s are the numbers of escapologists and David Blaine and Copperfield type characters, and psychics and those Harry Houdini types, So you've got this energy force going on inside you, but your total number is number 5. It's the number of the mind.
Don't get hyped, Trevor.
Huh?
Trevor's getting hyped.
Oh no, I was looking.
Your outer number is a number 5. So you're the middle of all
I'm gonna try to find a charger here so it doesn't die here. But yeah,
so what you need to do is type into Google numerology life path number 5. That's what you are. And
God,
hybrid life, you're a number 4. So you need to type in numerology life path number 4. Now Archie is number 7. It's the highest number of the mind. Right, numerology life path number 7. 1, 5, and 7s are the numbers of the mind. He is the highest number of the mind. Now, I'm not going to say any more. Just read the script. It's about 500 words. It will tell you everybody how a numerology life path number 7 works. When he gave his birthday away a couple of weeks ago, he gave himself away completely. Because he's a double mind number. He's a 5 on his day number and a 7 on the total. It's all in the mind.
Wow,
that's awesome. So do you talk a lot about this stuff on your channel, Very Private Gentleman?
I'm going to start doing it, but
I
will show you the road.
That's cool. I'm going to do more research
for
on
nothing. For not a penny. It won't cost you anything. You can have it for nothing. But I will show you the road. Even if it kills me, right?
It is. It's fascinating, and it's so true when you look at the. I'm excited to read this Life Past 7 tonight.
if you want to know everything about Archie, he's a Libran on his astrology in the number 7. Okay, it's there in the making. I understand him completely, which is why I can accept him for what he is.
Well,
it's a good gig. It's a good gig,
It is, and he's passionate about it.
It's all up here. It's in the mind.
Well, gentlemen, I've got to head out, but I look forward to another live show soon.
You got that for nothing. I'll send my fee in the post.
Yeah.
You give me a reduction on the Pelagos. It's a joke. It's a joke. Cheers.
Appreciate it, Alex.
Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you too.
Good night. Take care. Cheers.